Right now, as you're watching this, there's a version of you that exists in the future. A version that's already achieved everything you're dreaming about. They're looking back at this exact moment, and you want to know what they're thinking? They're not wondering if you'll make it. They're wondering when you'll finally stop lying to yourself about who you really are, because here's the truth nobody wants to tell you: you're not afraid of failing. You're terrified of discovering you're actually capable of everything you've ever wanted. Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. When was the last time you actually pushed yourself to the point of breaking? Not discomfort. Not inconvenience. I'm talking about that edge where your mind is screaming at you to quit, your body is begging for mercy, and you keep going anyway. Can't remember? That's your problem right there. You've been comfortable for so long that you've forgotten what you're made of. You've traded your potential for a paycheck, your dreams for a weekend, your destiny for a dopamine hit. And the worst part? You know it. Deep down, you know you're settling. Every single night, right before you fall asleep, there's that voice. The one you try to ignore. The one that whispers, you could be so much more than this. And every single morning, you silence that voice with the same excuses you've been using for years. I'm too tired. It's not the right time. I'll start on Monday. I need to be more prepared. You know what those excuses really mean? I'm choosing comfort over greatness. And comfort is a slow death. It's the silent killer of dreams. It's the graveyard where potential goes to die. But here's what's beautiful about this moment right now: you're still here. You're still listening. Which means somewhere inside you, there's still a fire burning. It might be small. It might be barely flickering. But it's there, and that fire? It's about to become an inferno, because today is the day you stop negotiating with mediocrity. Today is the day you stop asking for permission to be great. Today is the day you realize that everything you've been waiting for has been waiting on you. Think about the people you admire most. The ones who've built empires, who've changed industries, who've left their mark on this world. You think they had some special advantage you don't have? You think they were born different? No. They just made a decision. One single decision that changed everything. They decided to become unstoppable. And then they backed up that decision with relentless, obsessive, borderline crazy action every single day. That's the secret nobody wants to hear because it's not sexy. It's not a hack. It's not a shortcut. It's simply this: decide what you want, commit completely, and refuse to stop until reality bends to your will. But here is where most people fail. They try to achieve success while keeping their old identity. You can't do that. You cannot become a new person while thinking like your old self. The version of you that scrolls for 3 hours a day cannot build an empire. The version of you that hits snooze 5 times cannot compete with someone who attacks the day at 5 a.m. The version of you that quits when things get hard cannot stand next to people who treat obstacles like fuel. You need to kill that old version of yourself. Completely. Utterly. Without mercy. Every excuse you've ever made? Dead. Every limiting belief you've held onto? Dead. Every comfort zone you've been hiding in? Burnt to the ground. From this moment forward, you're operating under a new set of rules. When your alarm goes off, you move. No negotiation. No 5 more minutes. Your feet hit the floor because that's what unstoppable people do. When the work gets hard, you lean in. You don't look for the exit. You don't check your phone. You become obsessed with the problem until it's solved. When people doubt you, you use it. Their skepticism becomes your fuel. Their realistic advice becomes your motivation. Every you can't becomes proof that you're on the right path, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. When you fail, and you will fail, you fail forward. You extract the lesson, adjust the strategy, and attack again before the sun comes up. Failure isn't your enemy. Giving up is. This is your new identity. Not someday. Not when you're ready. Right now. Now let's talk about what tomorrow looks like. Because inspiration without action is just entertainment, and you didn't come here to be entertained. You came here to change. Tomorrow morning, your alarm is going to ring. And your old self is going to wake up with you. That old self is going to whisper all the familiar lies. You're tired. You've got time. Just one more day of rest, and this is where the battle is won or lost. Not in the big moments. Not in the speeches or the vision boards. Right there, in that 10-second window between your alarm and your decision, champions are built in those 10 seconds. Empires rise and fall in the choice. Your entire future pivots on whether you listen to who you are or who you've decided to become. And here's what I need you to understand. Discipline is not about motivation. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is your character. Discipline is who you are when no one's watching, when no one cares, when there's zero recognition or reward in sight. You build discipline the same way you build muscle, one rep at a time. One early morning. One difficult conversation. One moment of choosing what's right over what's easy, and when you stack those moments, day after day, week after week, month after month, you become something else entirely. You become inevitable. You become a force of nature. You become unstoppable. So here is my challenge to you, and I want you to decide right now, while that fire is still burning, while you can still feel this in your chest. For the next 90 days, I want you to be unreasonable. I want you to be obsessed. I want you to scare yourself with how hard you're willing to work. 90 days of waking up earlier than you need to. 90 days of doing the work nobody sees. 90 days of choosing discipline over comfort, growth over pleasure, your future over your feelings. No cheat days. No I deserve a break. No negotiations with mediocrity. Just 90 days of becoming the person your dreams require you to be, and I promise you this. If you give me 90 days of complete commitment, you won't recognize the person you become. Your entire reality will shift. The things that seem impossible right now will become your baseline. The goals that seem crazy will become your starting point. But you have to start. Today. Right now. This moment. Close this video and do one thing, just one thing, that your future self will thank you for. Send that email. Make that call. Start that project. Take that first step, because here's the truth that will either inspire you or haunt you. 1 year from now, you're going to arrive. The question is, where? You can arrive at the same place you are now, with new excuses and old regrets. Or you can arrive transformed, unstoppable, living proof that when you decide to become great, the universe has no choice but to move out of your way. The clock is ticking. Your future self is waiting. And every second you hesitate is a second you'll never get back. So what's it going to be? Are you ready to become unstoppable? Then stop watching. And start moving. Your time is now.